What's up, guys? Day 187 of my 365-day challenge. And today I'm talking about memory overload. That was how I felt the last few days as I did a show out in Palm Springs. We did 7 routines. I haven't done 7 routines back to back, in a while. And so it was all kind of like doo-woppy 1950s, which was fun. But the reason we were kind of talking about the memory overload was because not only were our brains fried because things kept changing and formations and just, staging more stuff. I was saying how I just focus on, and so many dancers have said this as well. You focus on what you have to do that day. What is the routine I need to do today? And then once you've done it, it like leaves your brain. Whereas if somebody saw you like a week from then, they would, put on the song. You have no idea what the freaking choreography was because, again, it's just you take each day as it comes because there's so much information. We've learned so many dances and we've choreographed so many dances. Like, your brain just starts to, I think, get so full and overloaded that it's hard to maintain it. But some people, like my friend Aubrey, she's a ninja and can just pull choreography out of her booty from like 10 years ago. I'm like, whoa, crazy. But we're talking about it in society, in the idea of icons and just iconic memories, because we were doing a throwback show of the 50s and there's poodle skirts and, we were talking about Elvis and certain outfits that they had and Cher and like iconic stuff. Sandy from Grease. Like if you see that outfit, oh, that's Sandy from Grease. And it's very recognized all over the US especially, but even different places in the world. And it was because they didn't have as much information that we have today. We have so much information literally in the palm of our hand with our phone. And they just had TV. Like whatever was put on the TV, it's like, okay, well, that's going to be who the next influencer is, right? Or who the next famous singer is because they were on the, I don't even know, Ed Sullivan show or something. And today, everyone has their own channel on YouTube. And it's cool because for the certain tribes that are created, I think that you can find iconic things that would stick out to certain communities. But as far as like those big iconic moments back in the day, I don't know if we're going to be able to recreate that. And I don't know if we need to. I'm not saying that we need to, but it's just a very interesting idea. And we were trying to think of what's iconic now, like what's iconic from the last 5 years, 10 years. I mean, I think to J-Lo's dress, right? Remember that dress she wore that was like green and blue and like super low cut? And if you saw that outside, you'd be like, oh, that's J-Lo's dress, right? Or I don't know, Britney Spears' Hit Me Baby One More Time costume. Like, they're going to know that. But today, there's so much information, music videos being put out, singles constantly, that will things be iconic? Maybe Ariana Grande's music video with the bikes, that might be it. But even, look at that, I can't even think of the name right now. I just find it very interesting. And it would be interesting to see where it goes. And part of me thinks, okay, I want to keep doing brain exercises so my mind can have a stronger memory. But then I also am like, I got to practice compassion. There's just more information than there's ever been, and I'm seeking more information than I've ever like gone after before. So yeah, that memory overload, that brain overload where it starts to become mush, but also it's how will we start to memorize our lives? Like how will we really start to build those memories? And of course, a memory is built when we have a strong emotional reaction to something. The mind will take a snapshot because we felt it in that moment. And it's going to be things that are like peak experiences, whether they're really high or really low. But yeah, how are we being iconic today, guys? And what are we starting to really brand this generation as? And maybe it's the selfie, but I don't know. It's very interesting to think of how things back in the day, you just knew the era and you see it and you're like 70s, 60s, 50s, 20s, like you just knew it. Whereas I'm like, what are we today? I don't know. So anywho, the cool thing I think with it is you get to be whoever you want. You get to brand yourself and be iconic in any way that you want. And I'm sure all of us will find our own tribe and way of having a memory within it. So anyways, cheers to day 187. Thank you for listening. This was more of a thinking out loud one. And cheers to the brain. It's crazy what we can do up here. Bye, guys.